Lady Dragon. So we got about 3 minutes left to go here before the kickoff. The Lady Dragons are wearing their white uniform with pink letters. They're working on fundraising for Council Convention, the Marshall County organization that helps those women that are struggling with breast cancer. Unofficial total from Lori Manikowski as of this morning that they raised was over $1,100. So they've done a great job.
Good evening and welcome to Eugene Snyder Field hosting today's matchup between the Westview Lady Warriors and your Argos Lady Dragons. Today's weather is expected to be clear with no chance of rain. The temperature is currently 91 degrees with a low of 66. Restrooms are located at the entry building near the south end of the field. Please be sure to visit the concession stand under the press box and behind the stands for your refreshment needs. Please help keep the facility clean by placing all trash you have or see in the trash cans located on each end of the bleachers. Fans are not allowed on the playing field and are asked to avoid standing on the top bleacher seat. The use of alcohol, tobacco, or e-cigarettes are prohibited on school property.
There's no better time than right now to buy or refinance a home, and there's no better place to go for a mortgage loan than First Federal Savings Bank.
Mortgage interest rates are still incredibly low, so now's the perfect time to talk with one of our loan experts.
We offer a variety of mortgage loans, from conventional loans to FHA and USDA subsidized loans.
We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Are you in pain from an injury or arthritis? What if there was a place that could meet all of your orthopedic needs? A place with some of the best orthopedic doctors and staff in the Midwest. A place where you're treated as a person instead of a patient. What if that place weren't in Chicago or Indianapolis? There is such a place. Rochester Orthopedics, your regional orthopedic specialist. When you're looking for comfort and relief, remember, trust the board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeons at Rochester Orthopedics.
All right, welcome back, and we're getting set. We can do the national anthem and the starting lineups and get going here with the Lady Warriors taking on your Argos Lady Dragons here from Eugene Snyder Field. We're going to turn it over to the public address announcer, Mr. Scott Olds. We're going to turn it over to the public address announcer, Mr. Scott.
Oh, wait for them to come to the center, huh?
What are they doing?
I don't know.
Got a horn or something? All right, well, we're supposed to be getting started here. The two teams are still huddled up over on the far sideline, and they're slowly making their way into the playing surface, or pitch as Andy would have them call it. You have that plugged into the right spot?
Yeah.
Camera, audio?
Yes. Goes into green, right?
I don't know. Try the other one.
We plug it into green for...
Okay, so we're now everybody's getting out onto the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, remove your caps and direct your attention to the flag on the south side of the field as we honor America with our national anthem. And for the starting lineups, for the Lady Warriors, senior midfielder number 5, Anna Mullet. Junior defender number 8, Lauren Reinsickler. Junior midfielder number 9, Grace Miller. Senior forward number 11, Michaela Yoder. Senior midfielder number 12, Sarah Leggett. Senior forward number 16, Arabeth Voltmeyer. Junior midfielder number 17, Gretchen Luton. Sophomore defender number 19, Addie Martin. Junior defender number 23, Karis Bachman. Senior midfielder number 24, Jenna Duff. And junior in the keeper position, number 0, Leanna Miller. The Lady Warriors are coached by head coach Jamie Martin. And for their Lady Dragons, junior midfielder number 5, Gabby Allen. Sophomore forward number 6, Morgan Dunlap. Senior midfielder number 9, Sydney Miller. Junior midfielder number 12, McKenna Burkholder. Sophomore defender number 13, Taylor Dowdle. Sophomore defender number 14, Peyton Betts. Junior defender number 16, Alora Stone. Senior defender number 18, Samantha Stone. Senior midfielder number 21, Lexi Vanderwill. Senior forward number 22, Morgan Baldwin. And senior in the keeper position number 0, Abby Manikowski. The Lady Dragons are coached by head coach Joe Stone and assistant Carly Vanderwill. Tonight's officials are assistant referees Kip Ravenscroft and Rick Fisher. In the center is Roberto Santos.
Alrighty, thank you to the public address announcer Scott Olds for the introductions of the two teams, and we're getting set to go here from Eugene Snyder Field, where the Lady Dragons are going to take on the Lady Warriors here in a non-conference ladies soccer match. It is the pink out game. If you haven't caught that, the Lady Dragons are wearing their white uniforms with pink numerals. The Westview Lady Warriors are wearing red shorts with tan tops with red arms and red across the upper front area. The Warriors are going to start out going from left to right. The Lady Dragons will be going from right to left. The keeper for the Lady Dragons is senior Abby Manikowski. And in the goal for the Lady Warriors is junior Leanna Miller. So here we go. We're underway. And a big kick by the Lady Dragons goes down, and the keeper gets it and sends it back into the night air, and the Westview player stumbles. So we have a throw in. The ball goes out of bounds to the Lady Dragons, and a big throw there, and ran down by Baldwin, and it's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be an Argos throw in. All right, looks like there was an illegal throw for the Lady Dragons, so Westview is going to take in the throw, and the first to touch are the Lady Dragons. Vanderweel is trying to get it up ahead, and it's picked off by the Warriors. So they've been playing on the far sideline here so far. Both teams kind of trying to feel each other out and see what each other is wanting to do offensively. And there's a nice cross by Baldwin trying to get over to Miller. Can't get there. Morgan Baldwin is able to get a hold of it. She gets the cross, and it's tipped by the keeper and just off the mark. And that's going to result in a corner for the Lady Dragons. Baldwin had a player in the middle there, and she decided to take the shot, and just goes off of the keeper's hand. Was able to deflect it just enough to keep it out of the goal. So the corner kick here by Vanderweel for the Lady Dragons. And she boots a nice one in there, and there's Miller, but unable to keep it. It's still alive, and Vanderweel kicks it, and it goes right to the goalie, Miller, and she's booting it out. Nice job there by Miller again on the shot by Vanderweel.
It's my phone. Can you put the set up for
All right, we got a foul on Westview. It's going to be Lady Dragons' ball. Samantha Stone is going to take the kick. Stone, a senior defender for the Lady Dragons, wearing the captain armband this evening, as well as senior. And we got a one-on-one. She's on, and she takes the shot right to the keeper. That was Gabby Allen on the shot attempt there for the Lady Dragons. Very, very hard to see their numbers. They all kind of run together here with the pink, but try and get everybody identified here. Allen gets it over to Miller. Miller, nice little move there on the Westview player. Pass up to Allen's off the mark. Vanderweel gives it a boot, and it's going to stay inbounds. Looks like it's going to die just short of the end line. And Westview comes up and gives it a kick out of bounds, so it's going to be an Argos throw. Miller's going to take the throw in. Miller back to fellow senior Vanderweel. Vanderweel, nice move to get around one player, gets it up to Allen. Allen with a heavy touch. The Westview player kicks it out of bounds. So if you're just joining us here, it's the pink out game. The Argos Lady Dragons taking on Westview Lady Warriors. We're about 5 minutes into the game. No score on the board between Westview and Argos. Steve Stricker here running solo tonight with Andy off on a extended road trip with the Ancilla Chargers men's men's soccer team. So he's going to be gone. We got a big night of soccer here coming up. In the next 2 days, we got 3 games. Game here this evening with the Lady Dragons. We got a game tomorrow afternoon with the boys taking on Andrean, and then tomorrow evening the girls will be back on the pitch taking on Bremen. So busy evening, a couple days here of soccer at Eugene Snyder Field. And there's a Westview player with some wheels right there, and she's going to kick it. Oh, she just gets it to the left of the goal. But, boy, I got to get her number. She outran Sam Stone, which is very hard to do. That's number 11. That's Michaela Yoder, so we're going to have to keep an eye on her. She has some wheels right there. Fortunately for the Lady Dragons, her shot was off to the left of the goal because she was 1v1 versus Manikowski right there. And there goes Baldwin up the right sideline, showing her speed. She tries to center it, but it's too close to the goal, and the keeper comes out. Miller gets it, and she's going to kick it out. Big foot by the keeper, Miller. Gets it well over the midfield line. Dowdle's able to get it go off of the Westview player, so it stays the Dragons' ball. Similar play there by Miller. Miller nutmegs Vanderweel on the throw-in. And the Dragons are able to clear it out. Baldwin has it on the far side, and it's going to go off of Westview for a Dragon throw-in. Nice header there by Baldwin. She's got two running in the mids. Nice pass in. Beautiful pass to Vanderweel. Vanderweel with a shot, and she puts it in the box. Vanderweel with the goal. Beautiful pass that time from Baldwin. Perfect centering pass, and Lexi Vanderweel with the shot puts the Lady Dragons up with 32:53 to go, 1-0. All right, so the Lady Dragons strike first with the Vanderweel goal. Off of a beautiful pass from Baldwin. Now offsides is a call that time.
They take extra water breaks and things like that, so that's good.
Lady Dragons are going at their pace right now. They seem to be doing a pretty good job of controlling the ball, and as I speak, the Warriors are working their way around the field here. Looks like they're trying to change the side of the field, and boy, they got a good job there by Dottle. They were looking for the through ball there to the right mid player. Keeper comes out of the box, and Miller is not quite high enough, tall enough to get a hold of that. She tried to head that shot. And another attempt at a through ball is picked off by Dowdle. So good job there by Taylor Dowdle on the defensive end of the field for the Dragons. Handball, no call. Here's a big run, dropped into Miller. Miller gets it to Alora Stone, and a handball. So the Dragons are going to have a free kick about middle of the offensive end of the field for them. So we'll see what Stone can do. We know she's got the leg to get it there, but sometimes she gets a little too excited and gets it well over the goal. So she's got to try and just take a little chipper and see if she can let the team. There, she keeps it on the ground, and shot on goal by Stone is picked up by the keeper, Miller. And the keeper with a chunk shot doesn't get it out as far as she'd like to. Miller gets the drop. Dowdle comes up on it, and she gets it over to Gabby Allen. Allen back over to Miller. Miller's going to take a long shot with her left and gets it way off to the right. Going to go out of bounds down the end. It's going to be a goal kick for the Lady Warriors. So we're a little over 10 minutes into the contest. We got some subs coming in for Westview. I can't even tell you what their numbers are. Their unis are not set up so you can see their numbers. I think the numbers are the same color on the front and the back as the uniform. So I apologize for that, but I'm not going to be much good as far as telling you numbers. So, and the little chipper is high off the mark that time. I think that was Baldwin. So I can tell Baldwin she's got the black ankle brace on from the ankle injury that she suffered in the Plymouth game, still sporting a brace on that left ankle. So we're 29 minutes left here in the first half. Lady Dragons hold a 1-0 lead over the Lady Warriors off of a goal by Vanderweel with the assist from Morgan Baldwin. And
the Lady Dragons, number 15, Amani Gonzalez.
And the Westview player was well offsides on that play. Here just Amani Gonzalez checks in for the Lady Dragons. She's wearing number 15. So Stone is lining up to take the free kick here for the Lady Dragons from just beyond the midfield line. And she gets a nice shot in, and it's going to go, oh, I thought maybe it'd go over the keeper's head right there, but she played it very well and easily is able to clear it out of the box. So good play by the junior Miller. And then Stone with a little Dutch touch, and they're going to play that back, and that's going to be an own goal. That's an own goal. Westview scores their own goal on the second goal of the game off of a Dutch touch from Stone, and she was trying to play it back to the keeper, and they were on the completely wrong page right there. And the Westview Lady Warriors score the goal, putting the Lady Dragons up 2-0 with 27:54 to go. Own goal. Westview. So the Lady Dragons with a 2-0 lead now with 27:54 left to go in the first half. And got a couple subs coming in for Westview. And we're just going to call them subs because I cannot see. Can you see those numbers, Mr. Alcorn? I can't see those numbers at all.
And Westview's tough. You looking for Argos or Westview?
Westviews. I can tell who Argos girls are. Those numbers are like the same color as their jerseys. I think there was 3 subs altogether that came in, but couldn't tell you what the numbers were. Yeah, the Lady Dragons are sporting their pink out uniforms with the pink numerals and pink lettering on the front. Does make it a little bit more difficult, but I can tell who the girls are for the most part for the Lady Dragons. So and Sam Stone just gives it a clear out of bounds and lets the defense reset here. And the Lady Warriors are going to have a throw in here on the near sideline. Drop, and they got a player in the middle, and she's charging the goal, but her touch is a little bit heavy. Can't get it to feet, and Manikowski's able to handle the shot and gets it out. The haze that you kind of see over the field is not fog. That is dust coming off of the road construction they're doing on Yerrick Road over coming into the school. They decided to sweep the milled part of the road here this evening, and the dust has settled in over the field. So Allison Overmeyer, I believe, has checked in for the Lady Dragons. Junior backfield player. This is one of those nights where you almost need somebody on the other side with a headset, and I'm guessing that's probably good save there by Manikowski. I'm guessing that was Michaela Yoder if I had to guess with the wheels right there.
And for the Warriors, number 1, Iris Musetti.
And nice job of shielding there by Dowdle. Keeps the Westview player from getting that, and allows Man. Sorry about that, a little technical difficulties there. We're back. One of the problems when working in conditions as these, as hot as it is, the equipment likes to get hot too and tends to create some issues with the
Here it is. You know what you're looking for underneath your truck? I don't, but I know who does. The professional service staff at Shepherd's knows how to fix my vehicle and get me back on the road fast. Schedule your next service appointment online at shepherdsrochester.com. From simple oil changes to major engine repair, Shepherd's is the only place for me.
Farming is a way of life for many of our Hoosier families. Protect all of your farming assets with coverage from Evans Agency in Rochester. They offer farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your coverage needs. Judy Evans and her staff have been serving the insurance needs of this community for over a decade. Let Judy help you protect your farm, your life, your business, and all of your possessions. Evans Agency, online at evansagencyrochester.com.
All right, welcome back. The two teams making their way back out onto the field. They're taking a excessive heat water break at the current time. It's currently almost halfway through the first half of action here. We got 23:51 left to go in the game. Lady Dragons are up 3-0 over the Lady Warriors from Westview High School. And it's going to be the Lady Warriors kick. here off of the score by Dunlap.
Can I have a sweet tea? What? Sweet tea? Sweet tea? Steve? Can I have some sweet tea?
All right, we're back in action here from muggy Eugene Snyder Field. It's a little late summer heat wave here in northern Indiana. The teams usually by now are loading up on extra clothes in order to stay cool on these evening games, but no need for that here tonight. It's plenty warm. Still probably in the mid 80s, I would guess, at least probably 95 or 100 in the booth. But great evening for some soccer. We've got a great halftime activity planned here for tonight. It is the Pink Out game. The Lady Dragons are going to be conducting a raffle, and the winner of that raffle, we're going to have two teachers, I believe, one from the high school and one from the elementary school, if I'm getting this right. And the winner of the raffle, I think they might have two winners, gets to pie the teacher. And that is all part of the fundraising effort by the Girls for Ounce of Prevention, a Marshall County organization that looks to raise money to help those women who are currently fighting breast cancer. And shot across the bow by, and wow, Westview player collides with Abby Manikowski, and the ball goes flying to the far side of the field, and the Lady Dragons are able to clear it out of trouble right there. All right, a little jostling back and forth here in the middle of the field between the two teams, and there's a big collision. Looks like a Laura Stone takes the brunt of that one, and she's going to get a wow. That didn't seem very excessive. And there is a card. What number was that? Number 7. I'm not seeing a number 7. Well, I'm not sure what the number was. There's not a number 7 as the announcement was, but there was a yellow card. I've seen a lot harder hits not get cards, but you know, I don't know all of the technicalities on what warrants a card, but that was a offense that issued a card for the Lady Warriors. And we've got some subs coming in here for the Lady Dragons.
Number 7, Lindy Reinhold. Number 12, McKenna Burkholder. Number 9, Sydney Miller.
So Lindy Reinhold is going to check into the game. McKenna Burkholder is going to check back in, as well as Sydney Miller for the Lady Dragons. And they were looking for the through ball, and it gets kicked back by the Lady Dragons. Through ball hasn't worked yet for the Lady Warriors. Stone with a little trouble there. Nice move to get the player off balance, and she's able to clear it across midfield. And here comes Baldwin. That could be a dangerous play by Westview. A little high on the kick. And Baldwin and Allen, it looks like. And not sure who that was. They were working the feet, and then all of a sudden one of the Lady Dragons just pops it down into the goal. And here comes Westview back on the attack. And Abby Manikowski mishandles it, but it goes wide right and cleared out by the Lady Dragons. So she got just enough of a piece of that to redirect it out of the box and dodge a bullet there for the Lady Dragons. And Westview misses on that, and Baldwin's working there. We got a through ball. There's Dunlap. And a good job of defense there by the Lady Warriors. Looked like a possible shot on goal there, and not able to get the ball off for the Lady Dragons. Got a couple subs coming in here for the Lady Warriors. Looks like there's going to be a substitute. Possibly. The ball goes out of bounds, and it's Lady Dragons throw in.
That one's Lexi Vanderbilt.
Lexi Vanderweel checks back into the game for the Lady Dragons. No, you're right in front of the window. I'm not getting it. I can imagine what it's like out there, the dust, the haze.
And for the Lady Warriors, number 19, Annie Martin. And for the Lady Dragons, number 21, Lexi Vanderwill.
Yeah, the through ball. Here comes. Great job there by Manikowski. I bet that was Yoder on that break there. She's got some wheels for the Lady Warriors. I apologize that I can't tell what their numbers are, but they just have impossible numbers to read from this distance with the shadows on the field. So I always like to try and work the names in of all the players on both sides, but it's just with the way the numbers are set up on Westview, it's just almost impossible to catch.
And for the Lady Warriors, number 24, Jenna Duff.
Good save on the far sideline there by Coach Stone, showing his nimble agility there for a man of advanced age. I can make fun of him because he is a few years older than me. I believe a 1989 graduate of Argos High School. You can smell the popcorn downstairs. They're doing a fine job with the concession stand. Able to adjust on the fly down there. And there's a shot, and Mankowski's going to handle that. It was off the side anyway by the Lady Warriors. But they did come up with some ice cream bars for sale here tonight. Normally by September 22nd, you wouldn't be selling ice cream bars, but sure enough, they found some and got them for sale down there. So good job by the concessionaires here at the wonderful Eugene Snyder Field. 15:39 left in the first half of play, with the Lady Dragons leading 3-0 over the Westview Lady Warriors. I do apologize. I am solo tonight. Andy is off with the Ancilla JV soccer program, coaching on a extended road trip. Couple subs coming in for the Lady Dragons. Looks like maybe, what was that, Allen? Allen and Dunlap check back in. They're not doing me any favors tonight either with these pink letters. A little hard to read, but you can get them in the right spot. I can see the girls' faces and tell you who they are. They are wearing the pink unis, or pink numerals on the uniforms for the Ounce of Prevention fundraiser. That was a shot on goal there by Vanderweel, stopped by Miller. So 5 shots on goal here for the Lady Dragons unofficially. And they're going to call Vanderweel with the handball, unintentional shot to the hand. The Lady Dragons will take their positions on the defensive end. And the shot, and it's a good shot, and looks like there may have been another handball, but no call on that one. And it's going to go over the top of the goal, and it'll be a Argos goal kick. And they play it back to the keeper again, and this time the keeper and the defender are on the same page. They did that earlier in the game with 27:54 left to go, and it resulted in a own goal by the Lady Warriors. So kind of a dangerous play again there by the Lady Warriors, and able to get the ball cleared out. Westview and Argos could possibly meet again in the state tournament if they are both able to get out of their respective sectionals. The new format this year with the 3-class systems for the IHSA for soccer, for the girls' side of things, it will be a 4-team regional, and the 4 sectional winners that will be feeding into the regional, and that will be held at LaVille, at Newton Park, the home of the LaVille Lancers. So the sectional, if the Dragons are able to get out of it at LaVille, as well as the regional. So we'll see how they do. It's going to be a tough sectional, though. The draw actually is going to be Sunday night at 7 p.m. That's going to be on IHSAA website, IHSAA TV. I think it's IHSA.org. They're going to have the draw for the sectionals on Saturday or Sunday night at 7 p.m. So we'll find out. We know where they'll play. They'll be at Newton Park, but we'll find out who they're going to play and when they're going to play. So sectionals are coming up here in just a few short weeks. The season's winding down already. Seems like we just got started. And with the temperatures this week, it still feels like an early season match. But we're getting down to it. Only a few more games left with the Lady Dragons after tonight. A good fight there by Morgan Baldwin. Unable to get it to Gabby Allen. And it's a foot race to the back, and Laura Stone kicks it wide and lets the Lady Dragons come back and reset. So it's going to be a hosted regional, unlike in the past where the one of the sectional winners would host the game. It's actually going to be 4 teams, and they're going to be at Lakeville at Newton Park. And then there will be 4 regionals, and then 1 semi-state game.
And all you do is you win one semi-state game and you are going to the state championship, much the same format as they have in girls basketball. So a little different in format here this year by the IHSAA. Of course, they went from 2 classes to 3 classes in both boys and girls soccer this year. So that changes the landscape of the Lady Dragons sectional considerably. 2 of the teams that, actually the 2 teams that played for the championship game last year, John Glenn and Mishawaka Marion, are no longer in that sectional due to the 3rd class being added. They moved up to the 2A division. So you've got at Culver. Oh, I looked it up on the website and it had said LaVille. Yeah. Stone able to clear it out wide, goes out of bounds. I was just going off what that said. Yeah. Well, I'm not surprised they changed it. I just thought it was. All right, so 7:20 left to go here in the first half. Lady Dragons up 3-0, and Lady Dragons are trying to get back on the offensive end. Westview with the throw here on the near side, and it goes out of bounds to the Lady Dragons. Shot goes through, and challenge on Stone, but she's able to clear it out. So, so far, Lady Dragons able to keep the slate clean here. A little over 6.5, or a little over 6 minutes left to go in the first half, and looks like maybe the haze of the millings is kind of dying down a little bit. You can kind of see the girls a little bit better anyway from up here. So there's a number 12. That's Sarah Leggett. She's coming back in for the Lady Warriors. The senior forward for the Lady Warriors. So I'll get the numbers here when I can see them. And there's a good kick up, and Baldwin's going to try and outrun him out the side. She's got Allen running up the middle. A heavy touch there, and it's going to go out of bounds and be a throw in for the Lady Dragons.
For the Lady Dragons, number 17, Allison Overmeyer.
So Monty with the throw in for the Lady Dragons. And can't find any white shirts, so she throws it in and it goes off of Westview once again. She's going to try back. And another throw in. Dunlap gets it up. Baldwin. And Morgan Baldwin is going to be issued a yellow card as well. So Morgan Baldwin, with 4:31 left to go in the first half, gets a yellow card. I believe, is that the first of the year for the ladies? I don't know that. Of course, I haven't been on the away games. I know for sure none have been issued on any of the home games. 2 yellow cards issued here this evening, 1 for each squad. And Lauren Hampton tries to settle it, goes out of bounds. So you can tell both teams are getting wore down a little bit by the heat and humidity here this evening. The pace of the game has slowed considerably as we near the 4-minute mark in the first half. They're going to probably all appreciate the break at halftime here that they'll get. Off of Stone, out of bounds, and a quick throw in. And Lady Dragons are there and able to kick it out. Hampton can't save it again, and it's going to be a throw in again for Westview. Nice move, tries to get around Hampton, but she does a nice job of staying in front. And then we're on the break with Dunlap, and she's going to get a through ball, and we'll see if Lexi can get there. And a good job of shielding there by the Westview defender, and allows the keeper Miller to come out and get the ball. So good offensive effort that time, and an even better defensive effort by the Lady Warriors to keep them from getting in. So
Dragons #1, Parker Boffman.
Parker Boffman checks into the game and immediately gets knocked down by 2 Westview players. I believe that's the first I've seen her in the game this evening. She has been in, okay. She plays on the far side mid, so it's hard to see her. She can kind of sneak in and out there, and I can't always catch her coming in. So Boffman's going to run the ball down, and it's going to stay. Yep, she taps it out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw in for the Lady Warriors. Approaching 2 minutes left here in the first half. Really, you can tell that the girls are getting a little tired. The ball's not going directly to feet on their passes. They're popping up a lot of shots in the air and not getting a lot of good direction on the ball. There's a good centering pass into the middle and knocked down from behind. And that's going to be a free kick here for the Lady Dragons. We'll see what they can do. Good distance here to take a nice little chipper if they can get it to curl in. So Sam Stone with a nice shot and just over the top. That thing would have went in if she would have got it down. That keeper was not going to get the top bar on that. Miller was in position, but I don't think that she could have got that if it would have been just under. So nice little chipper there by Stone, just hair high. So we've got last 25 seconds of the first half, and I think the girls are going to be content just to let the clock run out here. They chip it in the air, and nobody really too excited about going after it at this point. Stone is going to clear it up. And there's a nice little run. She's going to take the shot with the left, but it's going to be well off the mark. And the rebound shot, and it's in, but it's after the clock ran out. No goal, no goal. But it was a good attempt. If there would have been 5 more seconds, it would have been a 4-0 halftime game for the Lady Dragons. But as is, the Lady Dragons are going into the half with a 3-0 lead. Scoring for the Lady Dragons, Vanderweel started it out with a great goal at 32:53 off the assist by Baldwin. At 27:54, the Lady Warriors had a mistake and scored an own goal off of a attempted playback to the keeper by the backfield player. Morgan Dunlap finished off the scoring with 23:51 left to go, and that's where we're at the half. It is 3-0, the Lady Dragons with the halftime lead. So we're getting ready. They're getting ready to announce the winners of the contest in order to pie a teacher.
The Argos girls soccer team would like to thank their sponsors, Martin Supermarket of Logansport.
And I'm going to turn it over to Miss Tony Dean and let you listen to her.
Max 98.3, Pilot News, and the Argos school staff, the Stone brothers, and all of the other donors. The winner of the Pie the Teacher in the Face contest is Mr. Fishburne for the high school and Mrs. Stoltz for the elementary.
So who pies who?
All right, so we know who's going to get the pies. Now, who's going to give the pies?
So at this point in time, while the teachers are making their ways, we're going to go ahead and do the drawing for the student who gets to pie their teacher. All right, for the elementary student, we're looking for Sophie Austin.
I don't know if that was my ticket or not, but I put a ticket in and gave Sophie Austin since McKenna wasn't here tonight. So I'm going to say that I got her that chance to pie Mrs. Stoltz. And oh, wow, they put a lot of pie in that thing. And she's going to get it. Oh, watch out from behind.
And the student who will be pieing the teacher for the high school is Owen Nifong.
Owen Nifong getting a chance. Mr. Fishburne, the U.S. history, correct? U.S. history teacher. And Owen Nifong, a sophomore soccer and basketball player for the Argos Dragons. And he's going to get a chance right here to get Mr. Fishburne.
Once again, we would like to thank all of the people who have donated and made this event a success. Thank you.
Well, the pie almost made it onto the field there with Owen. He had some force behind that. He probably should have been a little more gentle. I don't think he's had him in class just yet. He probably going to remember that here come his senior year. So that's kind of a culmination of a great couple of days of efforts by the Lady Dragons with the Ounce of Prevention program. So far, as of this morning, had raised over $1,100 for Ounce of Prevention. So we thank everyone involved, Joe and Andy Stone for their participation last evening, all of the Lady Dragons players who raised money, took tickets, all of the kids at the school who did a great job of collecting money and raising money. Just a great all-around job. It is a great organization based out of Plymouth, but it's turned into a Marshall County endeavor thanks to all of the Olivers, Jennifer Oliver up in Plymouth, as well as all of the fine folks there at Oliver Ford for their support as well. So we're going to take a break. We're going to come back here in about 5 minutes with second half action. Your Argos Lady Dragons lead the Lady Warriors from Westview High School by a score of 3-0 at the half. And we appreciate you for tuning in to RTC4.com. You're watching Argos Lady Dragons Soccer, and we'll be back here in just a few moments.
Every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon.
Don't miss a touchdown with Red Zone from NFL Network and RTC Fiber Communications. Call today to get yourself set up for all the action. Protect yourself from personal attack on campus, in the home, at the mall, or wherever you are. Blue Dragon Taekwondo in Rochester is offering a self-defense boot camp so that you have the basic skills to protect yourself in an attack. Blue Dragon is the area's leading martial arts facility. Master instructor Dave Colger and his team welcome new participants and those seeking to learn the basic self-defense techniques. Contact Blue Dragon Taekwondo today to learn more about this exciting self-defense boot camp. RTC Fiber Communications is now serving the community of Argos. Now you can enjoy the incredibly fast speed and reliability of fiber internet. Stream movies, surf the web, or watch your favorite local videos on RTC4.com. All from RTC Fiber Communications, now serving Argos. Give RTC a call today or check us out online at www.rtc1.com.
Are the other guys offering you less than you expect for your trade-in? At Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, they trade your way, offering you top dollar for your trade-in vehicle. Hi, I'm Chris Smith, PGA Tour player and Rochester native. Shepherd's prides themselves on giving you the highest amount possible for your trade. If someone is giving you less than you expect, come out to Shepherd's and give them the opportunity to find a deal that works for you. Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, where they trade your way.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff of Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, personal property, and outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice data and video connectivity for the 21st century. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com.
I'll call this punishment.
All right, welcome back. Second half action underway here from Eugene Snyder Field, where the Lady Dragons lead the Lady Warriors 3-0 at the half, or just starting the second half of action. The Lady Dragons will be moving from your left to your right here in the second half. Lady Warriors from your right to your left. You get a shot. Of course, we had a great halftime activity there where Sophie Austin was the winner in the elementary, and she got to pie Mrs. Stultz. And Owen Nifong got a chance to pie Mr. Fishburne, and there's a hard shot there by Dunlap, and it gets knocked down by one of the Westview players. Might have been a handball, but nothing was called. Starters back out on the pitch for both squads here to start the second half. Good job of shielding the ball that time by Betts. And it's going to end up with a Westview corner. So we'll see what the Lady Warriors can do here in the early part of the second half off of the corner shot. I'd like to say I could tell you who's taking it for the Lady Warriors, but I can't. And beautiful ball that time by Westview. Nobody home, though, and able to punch it in, but it was right in the perfect spot. Great corner that time by the Lady Warriors. And we got a Lady Dragon down. She's back up. Looks like Miller on the far side is good to go. And Baldwin can't run that one down. Good job of defense there by the Westview. Baldwin with the shot, and she punches it in. Morgan Baldwin gets the shot. Her first goal of the night. First goal of the second half for the Lady Dragons, and they're up 4-0 with 37-14 left to go.
Argos Lady Dragon goal by number 22, Morgan Baldwin.
Unassisted?
Yeah, she
I would have given the assist, but she grabbed it quite big. Not sure if the assist.
All right, well, we're not sure on the call for the assist, so we're just going to give it to Baldwin on the goal. Lady Dragons up 4-0, still 37 minutes left here in the game. And it's a throw in for the Lady Warriors on the near sideline. And Vanderweel is able to clear it out. She gets it up ahead. And Baldwin's got a nice run going, and she nice little chip back, and she's got a one-on-one, and she punches it in. Far corner, nice little chip back. It might have been deflected by the Lady Warrior, but it actually worked out great for Baldwin because it kept the ball close enough to her. And 36-34. 36-34. So Baldwin is held scoreless in the first half. And here within less than a minute's time, she has 2 goals in the second half, making the score 5-0, Argos with the lead. So Lady Dragons are rolling in the second half with 2 quick goals by Morgan Baldwin. And Mr. Snyder is making his way out of the building, so I guess we can leave the lights on if he leaves, but it's always an interesting proposition announcing a game at Eugene Snyder Field with Eugene Snyder looking on from the background up here. Quite the interesting task. All right, so second half action here with the Lady Dragons up 5-0, 35-30 left in the game. And it's going to be a goal kick here for the Lady Dragons. Lady Dragons had a really good game here. They've played very technical soccer here tonight. Their passes have been really on point. And it's shown with the 5 goals they've been able to score. And there was a cross there, good shot opportunity for Westview, but nobody was home. And by the time somebody got to it, it was really too late, and Manikowski handles it with ease. Good clear out there by Burkholder. Peyton Betts back there helping out. Burkholder doing a good job on the defensive end. Laura Stone back there as well. Vanderweel and Sam Stone all doing a great job on the defensive end here tonight for the Lady Dragons. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw in. We got a couple subs coming in for the Lady Dragons. Got a couple subs coming in here for the Lady Dragons. Katie Dean, senior forward for the Lady Dragons. And Amani Gonzalez, the sophomore midfielder, check back in for the Lady Dragons. And there's a beautiful play by Manikowski. Looked like a shot on goal by Westview. And Manikowski come out hard, and she took a shot, but she's up and ready to go. And keeps the shutout on the board. Another shot, and it hits the crossbar. Rebound opportunity for Westview, and it's going to go out of bounds. So Westview is getting close right now. A couple shots on goal here in the last few seconds by the Lady Warriors. They are not giving up. It's a good quality program. They've got good quality players, and they're not going to be happy leaving with a 5-0 deficit. So they're going to work hard and try and get some of those goals back here. So far, the Lady Dragons have been able to preserve their shutout. It's taken some pretty good work there by Manikowski in the last few minutes to keep that. And there's another shot low, bouncer, no problem for Manikowski. So Lady Warriors are getting some shots. Just haven't been able to hit the back of the net yet.
Another Warrior shot on goal by number 11, Makayla Noble.
Right at it.
All right, some new players on the pitch here for both squads. Dunlap can't keep it inbound, so it's going to be a throw-in for the Lady Warriors. And Laura Stone chips it up ahead. And Dean and Allen up front. Nice little stop move there by, is that Boffman? Can't tell. Looks like Boffman maybe. So we've got a handball called on Westview. A little free kick coming up here for the Lady Dragons. It's going to be Sam Stone taking the free kick. And everybody needs to push up as far as they can here on this. Stone has the leg to drive that in. And beautiful shot. There's a little bit left. And keeper able to come up and corral it. That bounces over to the Westview player, and Stone kicks it clear. A little ping pong back and forth going on right now between the two clubs.
And for the Lady Warriors, number 13, Kylie Zimmerman. And for the Lady Dragons, number 17, Allison Overmeyer.
Allison Overmeyer checks back in for the Lady Dragons. And good reversal there by Dunlap. Kicks it off the Westview player out of bounds. And it's going to be another throw in. Monty's going to take the throw for the Lady Dragons. Baldwin comes back into the game. He's going to check in. Looks like Allen. Katie Dean can't get to the ball. And nice little kick ahead, and Westview's on the attack. The through ball is there, but Mankowski's going to get it with ease. Just chips it over the head, and it keeps going. Nobody got a hold of it. Goes out of bounds off Overmeyer. Throw in to Westview. And Betts has got the pressure. Good job by Laura Stone. And here comes Katie Dean. Katie Dean keeping the pressure on. And she back taps it, and Katie's able to get a hold of it. And gets it over to Amani. Amani gets it up and almost got it through to Morgan Baldwin. And there's a handball, no call by Laura Stone. And the Westview player does a nice job of running through it, but it's going to go out of bounds, and Betts will take the throw. A couple subs coming in again for the Lady Dragons.
And for the Lady Dragons, number 13, Taylor Dowdle.
Dowdle's going to go in. Betts and looks like Dunlap go out, and Gabby Allen and Dowdle come in. So Coach Stone using all the players on the bench here tonight. Very muggy, humid evening here at Eugene Snyder Field. Kind of atypical late September weather, but sometimes the weather in Indiana is atypical. So that's what we're getting here tonight. Shouldn't complain, because probably 2 weeks from now it'll be snowing, knowing the way the weather is here.
This picture on my phone describes Indiana perfectly. This picture says Mother Nature. It says you can't fit all 4 seasons into 1 week, and Indiana's a cold month here. Indiana in a single picture.
Two more.
Franklin is inside.
Dowdle doing a good job fighting with the Westview. There's Overmeyer. And the ball's going to go out of bounds. Be a throw in for the Lady Dragons. Approaching 25 minutes left to go here in the game. Lady Dragons with a comfortable 5-0 lead. Lady Warriors have had more shots on goal here in the second half. They've had doubled their output as far as shots, but still the same result as far as back of the net. None here in the game for the Lady Warriors. Nice little chip up ahead, but takes a weird bounce. Must have had some backspin on it. And they do get a shot wide left, and Mankowski able to corral it. Unfortunate bounce that time for Westview. It hit the ground and must have had some backspin and actually went behind the Westview player. And there's going to be a foul called. Pretty hard hit on Sam Stone. You know, if she hits the ground like that, she hit real hard. And it's going to be just a standard foul called. So Stone will take the free kick. She is about 25 yards past the mid-field stripe. And a little short for her. You'd think she could get her in a little farther, but the pass goes through. Now we're in a foot race with the good job that time by Overmeyer tracking that ball down.
Miney Reinhold. Burkholder's 12. I just kind of memorized the players and their numbers.
I tried to memorize the girls. I haven't got them memorized yet. I got the boys pretty
A little bit of trouble there for the Lady Dragons. It's going to go off of Westview out the end, so it'll be a goal kick for the Lady Dragons. Flirting with disaster right there, but there was 4 Lady Dragons in the area versus only 1 Lady Warrior, so able to clear the ball out fairly easy. And you can see the players are, this weather is taking a toll on them, and the Lady Dragons are going to be fine tonight, but where it's going to hit them is they got a game again tomorrow evening here at 7 o'clock versus a improving Bremen squad. So you know, 2 nights of this in a row with this kind of heat and humidity, and we'll see if they can hold up. Here's a through ball, Morgan Baldwin, and she gets shoved off the ball, and boy, that was a lot of physical there, but no call. To me, they weren't playing the ball at all, but the Lady Dragons are going to get the corner opportunity. Laura Stone is going to take the shot. Stone with a beautiful ball right there, and the keeper can't handle it, and it's free, and Amani cannot do anything with it. The keeper does a nice job. Miller gets on top of it for the Lady Warriors. So beautiful corner kick that time from Laura Stone. Lady Dragons are not able to capitalize. There's a through ball. Amani's going to save it from going out of bounds. She's in a foot race, and she's going to get drove off the ball by the Westview. Almost a slip up by Westview, giving Morgan Baldwin a shot. And there's good job by the keeper. That ball could have very easily bounced over her head and into the goal. Great job by the junior Miller.
Hit for Westview, number 24, Jenna Duff.
And we got a clock stoppage. It looks like we're going to have another card possibly issued. Or is it a water break? All right. Player down on the field is that Sam Stone? Sam Stone, she took a shot to the ankle there by the Westview player. And they're going to take a water break. So we're going to take a break here. The injured player on the field, Samantha Stone. Hopefully they can get her. Is anybody going to go out and check on her? Okay, there goes her uncle. All right, so we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Lady Dragons lead 5-0.
There's no better time than right now to buy or refinance a home, and there's no better place to go for a mortgage loan than First Federal Savings Bank.
Mortgage interest rates are still incredibly low, so now's the perfect time to talk with one of our loan experts.
We offer a variety of mortgage loans, from conventional loans to FHA and USDA subsidized loans.
We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Are you in pain from an injury or arthritis? What if there was a place that could meet all of your orthopedic needs? A place with some of the best orthopedic doctors and staff in the Midwest. A place where you're treated as a person instead of a patient. What if that place weren't in Chicago or Indianapolis? There is such a place. Rochester Orthopedics, your regional orthopedic specialist. When you're looking for comfort and relief, remember, trust the board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeons at Rochester Orthopedics.
All right, welcome back. Here we got 20:38 left to go in the game. The Lady Dragons are up 5-0 over the Lady Warriors from Westview. And Sam was all right. Looked like she might have had a little bit of a cramping issue there and able to get off the field with minimal assistance. And then the teams just went into their mid-half water break here with the high temperatures and oppressive humidity that we've had here the last few days. Great job by the officials to let the girls, I think they're just as dehydrated as everyone else, the officials are, so they're actually carrying around water on the sidelines for the ARs. So we're back in action here. And Baldwin with a little 1v1, and she can't quite turn the corner. There's and a completely blatant shove in the back after the whistle had been blown, and I don't know how they couldn't see that. That was blatantly shove in the back. Wow. You know, it was a tough play at the beginning, and the foul was called, but the Westview player came up and just blatantly shoved Morgan Baldwin down. That should have been a red card. Lexi Vanderweel with the chipper, and it's going to curl down, but the keeper is there. Sometimes you don't want to get Morgan Baldwin riled up because she's one of those. She's sneaky, sneaky strong, sneaky fast, and you get her mad, and she'll make you pay for it. She's already got 2 goals on the game, and chances are she's going to be out for her hat trick here. Still have 19 and a few seconds left in the game. The kick up ahead goes out of bounds by the Lady Dragons. Going to be a throw in for the Lady Warriors. And there's a misplay. Morgan Baldwin has 1v1 with the keeper. And she gets it through. There's her hat trick. There's her hat trick. 18:28 left to go. Morgan Baldwin with the hat trick. Second half hat trick. 18:28. And it was misplayed by the Lady Warriors. And Baldwin had a fast break opportunity. Yes, I am a basketball player. Fast break, still a fast break. So Baldwin got the opportunity and is able to punch it in. Third goal of the game, third goal of the half for Morgan Baldwin. 6-0 Lady Dragons. There's a foul. Manikowski comes off her line and gets the ball and gets plowed over for her efforts. And we have a stoppage in time. And I don't know what the official was telling Morgan or Abby and Sam. They kicked the ball and we're back in play. Ball goes out of bounds for a Westview throw. Got subs coming back in. Looks like Vanderweel, I'm guessing.
Katie Dean and Laney Radical.
Katie Dean. Sorry about that. Technical difficulty. Foul called on the Lady Dragons, so Westview will have a free kick inside the midfield. And it's a nice shot right there. The bouncer, and Manikowski handles it with ease. Shot on goal by Lady Warriors. And there's a through ball, and Dean can't quite get to it. But it's going to go out of bounds, be a throw in for the Lady Dragons. Lexi Vanderweel is going to take the throw for the Lady Dragons. They set up. And she gets it in, Morgan Dunlap, and Dunlap's going to take a quick shot, and good job by Miller, able to corral that one.
Argos shot on goal by number 6, Morgan Dunlap.
Burkholder misses it, but she does a good job of chasing it down and gets it back across midfield. And Katie Dean was offside, so she's going to get the call. Going to be a Westview kick. Katie Dean with a nice little chip shot up ahead. And I believe that's Lindy Reinhold. Yes, it is. Does a good job. She tries to get it into the center, back towards the area of Katie Dean, and it goes off of Westview out of bounds, and it's going to be a corner for the Lady Dragons. Lexi Vanderweel is going to take the kick. And we've seen some pretty good corners come off the foot of Lexi Vanderweel. A couple subs coming in. Looks like Allison Overmeyer is going to check back in for the Lady Dragons. A couple of Westview Warriors going to check in as well. Here comes Vanderweel. Nice little chipper, and it goes right over almost. Looked like they were going on goal again, but and the angle was a little off, so it's going to be another one here for Vanderweel.
For Westview, number 12, Sarah Leggett. And for the Lady Dragons, number 17, Allison Overmeyer. Number 14, Kate Betts.
And a little chipper. Oh, that was a nice little sneaky shot there by Katie Dean. Almost snuck into the corner. Good job by Miller. So 2 beautiful corner kicks that time by Lexi Vanderweel. She's a very technical player. Does a great job off the corner kicks as well. Of course, with your dad being the 10-year head coach for the boys program, you would think that she would be technically sound. And there's a chipper, and it's misplayed, but Sam Stone is there to clear it out. And she goes down hard once again, but Stone and Manikowski have combined to play, I'm guessing, in the neighborhood of 182, 83 games in their careers together. And if they're not on the same page, nobody will be. Goes clear back to the rec soccer days. Argos Football Club. Nice little through ball. Can't get to Dean. Nice hustle there by Katie Dean. It's going to be a throw in for Lady Warriors. Going to go out of bounds off of Westview. Got some subs on the line. Couple of Dragons. Miller and Allen, and got Parker Boffman coming in, and Kaylee Carlton's checking in for the Lady Dragons. Good to see her on the pitch. She's been slowed down this year by an ankle injury early in, I think it was still in practice before the games began. So good to see her getting out on the pitch, getting some minutes. Nice move, nice play there by Katie Dean. And there's going to be a foul called in the box. I don't know if they're going to get Argos or Westview. I think they're going to get, looks like they're going to call McKenna Burkholder for the foul. We got a Westview player down on the field. She was the one battling with Burkholder. And while they attend to the injured Westview player, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back here with second half action in just a moment.
Oh, here it is. You know what you're looking for underneath your truck? I don't, but I know who does. The professional service staff at Shepherd's knows how to fix my vehicle and get me back on the road fast. Schedule your next service appointment online at shepherdsrochester.com. From simple oil changes to major engine repairs, Shepherd's is the only place for me.
Farming is a way of life for many of our Hoosier families. Protect all of your farming assets with coverage from Evans Agency in Rochester. They offer farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your coverage needs. Judy Evans and her staff have been serving the insurance needs of this community for over a decade. Let Judy help you protect your farm, your life, your business, and all of your possessions. Evans Agency. Online at evansagencyrochester.com.
Every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon.
Don't miss a touchdown with Red Zone from NFL Network and RTC Fiber Communications. Call today to get yourself set up for all the action. Protect yourself from personal attack on campus, in the home, at the mall, or wherever you are. Blue Dragon Taekwondo in Rochester is offering a self-defense boot camp so that you have the basic skills to protect yourself in an attack. Blue Dragon is the area's leading martial arts facility. Master instructor Dave Colger and his team welcome new participants and those seeking to learn basic self-defense techniques. Contact Blue Dragon Taekwondo today to learn more about this exciting self-defense boot camp.
All right, welcome back here. We've got 10 minutes even left to go in the game. The injured Westview player being helped off the field by the two assistant coaches. And we're getting ready to resume play here. It's going to be a goal kick for the Lady Warriors with 10 minutes left. The Lady Dragons with a 6-0 advantage. And the pass to the outside, a good tackle there by Westview, and they're on the attack. Picked off by Betts. And good defensive effort. Nice little tap over by Boffman over to Katie Dean. And she's going to get tapped out of bounds. It's going to go off of Westview. And okay. So the first call was Argos ball, and then he changed his mind. Boffman kicks it the wrong way, and fortunately Betts is able to come up. It might be Dowdle. I think that was Dowdle. Ball goes out of bounds into the player's dugout on the far side. Vanderweel's going to check back in for the Lady Dragons. Throw in on the far side. Nice throw, but nobody home for the Lady Dragons. There's a swing and a miss, and Stone's able to clear it ahead. Nice play ahead, but unable to get to it are the Lady Dragons. And Westview's on the attack. Manikowski comes way out, able to get the ball out of trouble. Manikowski's doing everything she can. They want to preserve the shutout on the board. And Lady Dragons defense is held tight here so far. Good work on the far side there by Stone. Stone has played a tremendous game as usual in the back. Approaching the 7-minute mark here in the second half of action with the Westview Lady Warriors and the Argos Lady Dragons. Lady Dragons with a 6-0 advantage. Misplayed by Westview. Katie Dean comes up with it. Nice little drag step. And good play ahead by Burkholder. Doesn't make it through though. Fake and a pass to Vanderweel, and she passes it to Westview. And there's a foot race, and Manikowski misses, and it's a chip in for the goal. Abby Manikowski missed the ball. And the Westview Warriors are on the board with the chip in. And number 5, is that her? Is that who you're on, Isaac? Yeah. Number 5. Isaac saying it's number 5. Anna Mullet. We're going to give it to Mullet. I don't know if that's official.
Lady Warrior goal by number 12, Sarah Leggett.
Leggett? Okay. So the goal by Leggett with 5:57 for Westview puts them on the board. The score is 6-1 with 5:45 left to go. Stone with a good kick up ahead, but it's going to be too far for Katie Dean, and it's cleared out by the keeper. Hampton gets it up to Dean. Nice job of getting shielded there. What happened? Had a stoppage there. I'm not sure what was. Okay. So we got a couple players having some cramping issues. Looks like Sam Stone's going to go out. And she's going to be replaced by her cousin, Alora. And it's going to be a free kick here for the Lady Warriors.
And for the Lady Warriors, number 11, Michaela Yoder.
Yoder comes in for Lady Warriors.
And for the Lady Dragons, number 16, Alora Stone.
So we are under 5 minutes left to go in the game. The Lady Dragons lead 6-1. Westview was the last team to score with 5:57 left to go. They punched one in off of the foot of the senior, Sarah Leggett. Number 12, senior. So she is a 12-12 for the Lady Warriors. Goal kick here. Miller's going to take the kick for the Lady Warriors. And the header on the far side, that looks like Carlton. Well, for all you Boilermaker fans out there, it's going to be a good day tomorrow. It's actually kind of nice. I haven't had a rooting interest in Purdue football for a few years, and for them to be back in the mix of things with Michigan coming to town for homecoming tomorrow, it's hopefully going to be a good game. For all you Notre Dame fans, they're traveling up to East Lansing tomorrow to take on the Spartans in a evening matchup. We have a foul on the Lady Dragons. It's going to be a free kick. Could be a dangerous situation, dangerous spot here for the Lady Dragons. Good, right outside of the 18, it looks like. And the shot, and it's punched out by Manikowski. Great defensive effort there by Manikowski. So the shot on goal by Westview. And the Lady Warriors have done a much better job here in the second half of getting shots off, just unable to capitalize only for that one try. So we are under 2 minutes left to go. So down at Northfield, our cameraman Alex is filming for the RTC crew that's down there filming Rochester football. And after 3, Northfield leads 22-0 over the Rochester Zebras. And the Zebras have really turned their program around this year. They're undefeated, I believe. And Northfield looking to hand the Zebras their first loss of the season. Up 22-0 after 3. We talked about the game last night, and once again with Triton and Pioneer, and once again send all of our thoughts and prayers over to our friends and family in the Triton community with their tragic loss of their player Cameron Scarberry earlier in the week. Just everybody here is thinking and praying for you guys, helping you hopefully through your rough time. So it's going to go final here from Eugene Snyder Field. Lady Dragons are going to take the win by a final score of 6-1. They will move to 9-4-1 on the season. And the Lady Warriors will fall to 500 at 6-6. The scoring tonight started with Lexi Vanderweel opened the scoring at 32:53 in the first half, off of an assist by Morgan Baldwin. Second goal for the Lady Dragons came on an own goal by Westview with 27:54. And then Morgan Dunlap made it 3-0 with 23:51 left in the half. That was your halftime score, was 3-0. Argos had 6 shots on goal in the first half to Westview's 2. Second half action was the Morgan Baldwin show. She had 3 goals coming at 37-14, 36-34, and 18-28, making it 6-0. And then Westview got their only goal of the night at 5:57 off of the foot of Sarah Leggett, and then made the final score 6-1. The Dragons had 7 shots on goal in the second half, as did the Lady Warriors. So 13 shots altogether for Argos and 9 shots altogether for Westview, and your final score is 6-1 in favor of your Lady Dragons. So we're going to be back here tomorrow. We're only halfway through our marathon action of soccer here in the 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Again, congratulations to the girls. It's a big win here on the pitch, but also it's a win for everybody that has been participating with the Ounce of Prevention program. So thank you to all the girls. Thank you to everybody who contributed into that program, and we just thank you all for your support. Tomorrow afternoon, actually, the boys are going to be on the pitch at 3:30. Is that JV at 3:30, or is there? Well, somebody's going to start at 3:30. I don't know if it's JV or varsity for the boys. Okay, so we think it's a 3:30 varsity start for the boys tomorrow. They're going to be taking on Andrean from up in the region. And then tomorrow evening, the Lady Dragons will be back on the pitch, and they'll be taking on county rival Bremen. The Lady Lions will be traveling down for a non-conference battle with the Lady Dragons. So we got 2 soccer games coming your way here from Eugene Snyder Field tomorrow as well. And we thank everybody who tuned in to the match tonight. And back better than ever here tomorrow. So for Isaac Smith, who was running camera for us tonight, I'm Steve Stricker. Good night from Eugene Snyder Field.